Okay.
But it's,
Pre-trip, who
Yeah.
knows what happens?
yeah, I've got like tons of things to do.
Yeah.
But, so,
Enjoy the warmth.
yeah, and I'll see you online.
Yes, and when you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be here. I hope it's so lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Till March, yeah, you said? Or April?
End of March,
End of
yeah.
March. Dream.
Yeah. So I'm hoping when I come back, the cherry blossoms will be blooming.
They will be.
Winter will be over.
Yes, no more of this. Biting today. I know. Yeah. Same. I know. Go down south.
So ready to go. And the sun doesn't set until like 6:30.
Wow.
Like near the equator.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow, what a dream.
But I hope it's.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to.
Did you go to Puerto Rico for 3 months? Did you go to Puerto Rico for 3 months? Where are they? Good to see you. Happy New Year. We'll start in some time, y'all, and I think everyone has a good same idea of coming for New Year's Eve morning practice. So it is technically busy today, but there's lots of room for everyone. So just a suggestion, if we could, you guys back row is great. If we can move this back row just a couple inches back, and we'll make a row here. And then easy to just do the Tetris now before everyone gets too comfortable. And then you guys can move back just a couple of inches once this row comes back. So we'll have like 5 rows of people, so there'll be a lot of space for everyone. Thank you, everyone. Perfect, yeah. Good. I think, if you can, and then thank you. And then we'll fit 2 rows in the front. Yeah, you can either come forward or back, whichever direction. And then this way, as people are deciding whether they want to come in the cold. Thanks, y'all. Perfect. Okay, great. Hungry. Bagel and eggs at your house? It's always fun to see where everyone populates, like different times of day. Sometimes there's a crowd here, and now everyone is in the back corner. Yeah. Hi. Will you guys coordinate coming to CrossFit? That's nice. Oh. Yeah. No. Is Serena in like daycare stuff? Is that where it's coming from? Okay. Like patient 0. Yeah. Hello. Hi. How are you doing? Yeah. I know. It's the time of year. Friend, this is my girlfriend Chloe. This is Mariel's mother-in-law. Yeah.
How are you doing?
It's a long one today. I didn't even notice it. My
What?
husband told me.
The time?
The class,
What time does it go till?
75 minutes.
75. Yeah. Normally, it's like the same as the Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Tom said that it was going to be long today. I said,
Really? Yeah.
yes. And Nisha says, and Aaron says, did you
I'm good. I'm cold, but I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. It's a thing that because I don't take off during the teaching week, you know, like everyone who's working is like, this is a good time. For me, it's nice to come here and move and practice. Otherwise, I would just be sitting here on the couch.
Oh, why?
Yeah. Not moving at all.
Late? I think 2 days.
Yeah. It happens. I know. It truly happens. Hi. Morning. You want to do it? Yes, I'll text you. It's at,
If I could put in my family, I would.
yeah, it's at 49, on 49th Street, between Warrington and Forest, a little south of Austin. And my good friend Kate, it's her friend who I just met, bought this business. And so it's a little construction. How was your holiday? Good, really, yeah. My friends are in the lab up in spring, and one of them, Emma State, she is with your Taurus, and she moved up to the north. She's a lead singer.
I like her. I would have gone into Chamonix. But I went to
You text me, because if I,
Oh, that's all right. Okay.
Hi, morning.
Okay.
Hi, y'all. Good to see you. There's still plenty of time before we get started. I know, busy today. There's going to be a bunch more people that we're waiting on, so just my soft suggestion, there's room for everyone to fit, I promise. But my soft suggestion is that if you see a couple of inches of space next to you on the right or the left, you might just scooch in and drop closer so that as people trickle in, making their way through the cold, they can just slide their way in. And then today we'll use all of the props. So the taller you are, the more you might be able to reach the blocks. They're getting up a little higher. But there's 2 blocks, therapy balls in the basket, a strap in the basket, and then if you'd like a blanket, there's a stock of blankets here just to give yourself some extra cushioning and padding. And then we'll start soon. We're going to run out of balls.
Are you with?
I'm on the recording. Yeah.
I did one of Mario's yesterday on the recording, and the sound was off.
She seems to be having trouble. Hi. It's like a little crackly sometimes.
Yeah, it was going and coming.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Yeah, let her know about it because last night the recording wasn't working, so she came in today and like Tetrised and fixed it. But better for her to know.
But she has to fix mine anyway. I don't get all the classes.
They're on YouTube. They're all free on YouTube. On the YouTube Live.
But she has to be on the thing.
Yeah.
It's just not
Working.
It's not working.
Okay.
Replays are from November. But they move. They made them move if I need them. So.
Either place. Let's have you, let's do a little census. Let's see. Are there any balls left in the basket? Two. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she has enough balls.
traveling too far off of our mat, so you won't bump into anyone. There's space here, and then there's some room up here too. And if anyone needs some extra therapy balls, I brought some from downstairs. I can bring some over to you too. But we'll use 2 blocks, a blanket, a strap, some therapy balls, so all the stuff. Thank you, everyone. Hi. You finding sick? Can I ask you guys a favor? If possible, can you have you guys just switch back a couple inches and then you guys can sit sideways here? Yeah? Thank you. Come to, or here, and there you go. All right, y'all. Good to see you. Hi. Happy New Year's Eve. A lot of new faces to me, or maybe it's been some time, but if we haven't met while we were doing our little Tetris, my name is Anisha. Thanks for coming. Hi, come on in. A sliver of space here for you. It looks like we all had the good same idea, last class of the new year, to come practice here with each other. But I'm really happy you guys could all make it. If you need any props, I can bring some over to you as we start to get moving, but we'll use them all, and there should be plenty for each one of us. But otherwise, we'll get started in a second. The only scheduling announcement that I have is that tomorrow, normally there's a whole stack of classes on the Thursday day. It's just one class with Mariel at noon. So if you're in the yoga mode and you want to leave your personal home or the other place that you are, 12 o'clock is going to be class for tomorrow, so midday. All right. Let's get started. One thing I wanted to mention, just to orient you to the space, we're going to start off with a little breath work and pranayama this morning. So like the flight attendants in the airport, I direct you to the tissue boxes that are here or outside, because the colder it gets, the more the sinuses are just doing things that we don't normally expect. And also sleeves are always helpful. So let's begin today in a comfortable seat, however that looks for you. You might start fully lying down on the ground if you'd like. You might start with your legs crossed underneath you. You might be seated on your knees. And if you are in a seat, perhaps you notice what it feels like to sit up on any gentle propping on the edge of your blanket or on the edge of your block. So your hips naturally fall higher than your knees. And your low back can really lift and lengthen to create more space than there might have been before. And as you let your hands fall anywhere they fall, into your lap or onto the tops of your thighs, let your eyes soften or close so you can listen for your own breath. When we close our eyes, it's a moment to temporarily tune out that external stimuli and to draw your attention so deeply inward. We're here through the darkness coated behind your eyelids. You might start to see gentle flashes of light or spots of color or any familiar patterns or shapes that you've noticed throughout your own day. But as you slowly become acquainted with the dark? Can you listen for that thread of your breath? Your next inhale might move from your nose down into your belly and up into your chest. And as you exhale, offer the breath up and out through the top of your head, creating a little more space for more of yourself. A few more rounds just on your own. As each breath moves in, down, and wide. And every exhale pours itself through you, through every fiber of your being. This entire practice, it's first and foremost an offering to your breath. This breath that surrounds us, that connects us and informs every single thing that we do. So this morning, we'll start our practice off with 3 rounds of breath, followed by the sound of 3 ohms. The sound that reminds you your voice, inherently steady, powerful, and unwavering, can be combined in the harmony of all those around you. You're more than welcome to just listen or sing along. But take a moment to gather your hands to center anywhere that feels for you, somewhere on your body or in front of your heart. Wait for your next inhale as it fills you up completely. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. 2 more times, just on your own. Inhale in for Om. Keep a thread of that connection inward. And as you slowly release your hands, gently blink your eyes open. Come forward to tabletop today to start to link your breath and movement through a few rounds of cat and cow. Hi, come on in. Let's see. We can put one of you right here. And then you can come right up here. And as you find your way to table, you might have your blocks framing out the top corners of your mat. Perhaps you use them as we start to move around. Might have a blanket underneath your knees for any extra padding. These 2 are fine. Yeah, you can come up here. And as you come to all 4s into your table, let your hands come underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Let your knees be under your hips and start to curl all 10 of your toes under to feel the arches and webbing of your feet. If you haven't started already, start to round and arch your spine, moving with your breath through a few rounds of cat and cow. And let's take 5 cycles of breath here together, just on your own. Noticing what it feels like to not, I'll bring you some stuff. Noticing what it feels like not just to move your body in isolation, but how your breath and body can really harmonize together. You might even close or soften your eyes. So you move less from a place of what others are doing, of what you think you should be doing, and more of what it is your body desires this morning. You might stay in the more rounded or arched shape for a few extra breaths. You might draw your right hip to your right shoulder and breathe into the left side of your waist and vice versa. But take one more slow, steady breath in through the nose. And even open your mouth to let every drop of that breath out. Come back to table, find your neutral spine, and just watch for any props or neighbors behind you as you take a calf stretch. So reach your right leg back, curl the right toes under, and reach back through your right heel to notice what you feel in the back of the leg. You might keep your heel still, you might rock it back and forth, but as your heel goes back, can you slide the bottom of your heart forward so that the back and sides of your neck can grow longer? And after a few breaths on side one, take your time to switch. Bend your right, the left, and notice any difference from side to side. Those backs of the legs, the colder it gets, they feel different than they might in the middle. So give yourself a moment or two to notice, to breathe, and to see any difference. And as you come back to table, find your neutral spine once again. Walk your hands a handprint forward of your shoulders. Let them stay as wide as your mat. Bring your knees a few inches behind your hips. And with your toes curled under, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take as much time and all the breaths you need to find your way there. In your down dog, walk your feet an inch wider than they already are. An inch is usually a lot smaller than we think, so let the feet come slightly wider. And now lift both of your heels as you soften your knees. Let your hamstrings and the backs of your legs release. Now with your knees soft, can you stick your butt up and back towards the wall behind you? Feel the curve in and through your low back. And as you keep a bend in your left knee, pedal just your right heel to the earth. Notice what you feel in the back of your right leg. A full breath in and a deeper breath out. And now soften the right knee, think butt high to the sky as you pedal the other heel to the ground, noticing any difference. At the bottom of your breath, lift both heels, soften your knees, peek forward, and 1 foot at a time, start to walk your feet up towards your palms to come into your forward fold. The blocks are right there. Maybe your hands come high up onto blocks out in front of your feet so the floor can rise to meet you where you are. You might widen your feet an inch or two or soften your knees in the service of giving your low back a little extra room. But as you let your head be heavy here and bow in towards yourself, take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out, bowing towards your own heart. After a few breaths, climb your hands up onto your hips, stand through your legs, and a big inhale to come all the way up to rise as you release your hands by your sides. Let your feet come right underneath your hips with your toes pointing ahead. Take an inhale to reach your arms forward and up to the sky. As you exhale, soften your knees, hinge from your hips to fold. Inhale brings you halfway up to lengthen, hands to your shins or blocks as you reach your heart forward. And on your exhale, fold, plant your palms and step it back to plank pose, the top of your push-up. You might have your knees lifted, you might tap your knees to the ground behind your hips, but as you feel your legs back in space without moving them, can you hug your legs towards each other as if they could become one lightning rod of energy? Now, without moving your hands, hug your palms towards each other. Feel the forearms engage. Can you slide your ears back so your head is in line with your heart as you take a big breath in? And on your exhale, begin to bend your elbows and lower all the way down onto your belly. Let your hands come as wide as your mat. Inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra as you lift up through the chest. And on your exhale, take it up and back to downward facing dog, tabletop, or puppy pose for 3 slow, steady breaths. Let each round of breath slowly dissolve the morning and the day that was. Let each steady and quiet breath help you arrive to where you are now. And each breath that comes after makes a little more room for what has yet to come. So as you take a slow breath in through the nose, let it fill your belly and up into your heart. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. At the bottom of your lift your heels, soften your knees, peek forward, and come forward, feet to your hands, into your standing forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway, think heart long to the front of the room. And as you exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. Take a breath to rise, stand through your legs, reach your arms forward and up to get a drop taller. And on your exhale, let your hands come down by your sides. So do that one more time. Follow your breath more than my voice. As you inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. On your exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And on your exhale, fold, plant your palms and step it back to plank pose. A full breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, bend your elbows to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to rise, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Hug the shoulder blades together on the upper back. And on your exhale, take it back to down dog, table, or puppy for 3 slow, steady breaths. These rounds of Surya Namaskars, these sun salutations, they're the same series of poses, one after the other. And as nothing in the pose shifts, perhaps the second or third time you notice a different sensation. You might remember your breath a drop sooner than I suggest. But take one more long breath in through the nose, deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. The bottom of your breath, lift your heels, take your time, soften your knees, and come forward, feet to your hands, into your standing forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway to lengthen. Let the balls of your feet be heavy. And on your exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. Use your own fists and measure your feet about 2 fists width apart, generally hip distance. And with your toes pointing straight ahead, bend your knees, sit your butt back, and climb your palms up onto your thighs for this round of chair pose. As you sit your butt heavy to the back of your mat, press into your legs to lift your chest away from the earth. You can stay here for more support in your low back. If you want to add some heat in the upper body, you might reach your arms to the sky, but listen for your breath. Take a full breath in and down. Stay for the exhale. Let your butt get heavy to the back of your mat as you lift your heart and even your gaze away from the floor. On an inhale, come all the way up to rise. Reach up to touch the sky. And as you exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. Keep your right foot forward. Step your left foot all the way back to catch your lunge. And let your hands come high up onto your blocks or fingertips on either side of your right foot. Wiggle your left toes back just another inch so you get longer in your stance. And now stay in that lunge. As you take a breath, can you lift your heart, grow long through the spine? And exhale to start to fold and straighten your right leg. You might come higher onto blocks on either side of your right foot. Let's do that twice more. Big inhale through to lunge. Bend your knee, lift up through the heart. And exhale to fold as your right leg straightens. One more. Wait for the inhale as you come through to your lunge. Lift up through the heart. And exhale to fold as the right leg straightens. Now, once both of your legs are straight, pause here for a breath. Can you lift your back heel, knee, and thigh higher away from the ground and try to push through your left foot to wrap your left hip forward and tack your right hip to the back of your mat. Notice where anything shifts in the back of your right leg. Now, as much as your hips can stay steady, you might let your left heel, the back one, get heavier to the floor for a bonus calf stretch. You might push your palms down and forward into your blocks and flex your right foot to just come onto your right heel. But take a full breath in and down. Stay for the exhale as you bow in towards that straight right leg. Try to unclench your fingers around the blocks or the floor. Good, now back it up. On your inhale, bend your right knee, look forward, and take all the hops you need for your left foot to come to meet your right, back into your forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway to lengthen, grow long through the heart, and exhale to fold in towards yourself. Let those feet be 2 fists width apart one more time. And as you bend your knees, sit your butt back, hands can come to your thighs, your hips are overhead, Utkatasana round 2. Close and soften your eyes and remember the sound of your breath. Each breath moves in and down to fill your belly. As you exhale, maybe your butt gets heavy to the back of the room as you guide your knees open towards those second and third toes. Take one more full breath in and a deeper breath out. And now inhale to come all the way up to rise, reach up to touch the sky. And as you exhale, fold in towards yourself. Keep your left foot forward, step your right foot all the way back to your lunge. And now the higher your hands are up on your blocks or fingertips, just the more space your hips and your torso have to move. Stay in your lunge, keep that left knee bent, take a breath to lift your heart long through the spine. And on your exhale, begin to fold and straighten your left leg. 2 more times with your breath, more than my voice. Big inhale through to lunge, lift your heart, even your gaze. And on your exhale, fold and straighten your left knee. 1 more time, take a lunge, feel the back of your neck grow longer. And as you exhale, fold and straighten that left leg. Now in this version of pyramid pose, keep your right heel lifting high for a moment. And as you lift your right heel higher up off the ground, can you wrap your right hip forward? As you tack, that's it, our outer left hip back and a tiny bend in this knee. There you go. And now as your hips stay square facing the front of the room, maybe your right heel gets heavier to the back of your mat for a bonus calf stretch. You might flex your left foot and lift your left toes up off of the ground to just be on that left heel. But a full breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. Maybe you bow in towards that straight left leg. On your next inhale, back it up, bend your left knee, plant your palms onto your sticky mat and step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels from side to side. Take a breath or two to notice any difference from one leg to the other. And now on your inhale, come forward to plank pose, the top of your push-up. Wait for the exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to rise for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Let the shoulder blades kiss on the upper back. And exhale to take it up and back to downward facing dog. A full steady breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. From your down dog, watch for your neighbor's other wall behind you as you lift your right leg up and back. Step your right foot through or around to catch your lunge. And now on your next inhale, come up to rise for a high lunge as you reach your arms, your chest, and your fingers to the sky. You might walk your right foot an inch over to the right so your feet are less on a balance beam. But just like you did in that pyramid pose, feel your back leg, lift your back heel and thigh high to the sky. Stretch up through the fingertips, try to look away from the ground as you bend 1 more inch into your front thigh. Now let your right hand come to your hip, grow 1 inch taller through the left fingertips, and slow and steady tip up and over to the right for a side bend. Breathe here into the left side of your waist. You might keep your hand on your hip to anchor you. Your right hand might grab onto your left wrist, but as you tip up and over to the right, think ears back to lift your chin. Let there be space for breath to come through. On an inhale, come all the way back up through center. Let your hands tap the ground and take it back to downward facing dog. Follow your breath more than my voice. Inhale through to plank pose. Wait for your exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to rise, press your feet down, your heart up, and exhale to take it up and back to downward facing dog. 1 more side, inhale to lift the left leg up and back. Step your left foot through or around to catch your lunge. And on your breath in, come up to rise for a high lunge as your arms, your chest, and your fingers reach to the sky. You might walk your left foot an inch over to the left to steady the ground underneath you. But the support from this pose is coming from your back leg, the one that you don't necessarily see. Lift your back heel, knee, and thigh high. Grow 1 inch taller through the fingertips and bend into that front leg. Bring your left hand to your hip, grow tall through the right fingertips and up and over to the left for a side bend. Can you keep wrapping your right hip forward, your left hip back, and as you tip up and over to the left, maybe your left hand grabs your right wrist. A big breath in. Stay for 1 more exhale as you bend into your front thigh. Slide your ears back to lift your chin away from your chest. Inhale to come all the way back through center. Let your hands tap the floor and step it back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale through to plank pose. And on your exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, reach your arms alongside of you. Flip your palms down to face the floor. And as you rest on your chin or on your forehead for a moment, feel your legs back in space. And now without moving them, can you energetically hug your legs towards each other like you did in that first plank to feel your legs become almost one pillar? Now press your palms into the floor, hug the shoulder blades together. As you breathe in for locust pose, lift your head, your chest, float your arms up and away from the ground, and exhale to lift your legs away from the earth. As you take flight, try to soften or even close your eyes and listen for the full depth of your breath. With each inhale, can the inner thighs hug towards each other? Think the inseams of your pants towards the ceiling. As you hug your shoulder blades together, lift your palms 1 more inch. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, release as you lower down. You might make a pillow with your hands. Maybe you rest on your forehead or on one side of your cheek. But listen for the full depth of your breath. It's one of those things we never have to think about the breath itself. But the moment you remember your breath, it naturally remembers you in return. Your next breath in can move from your nose down into your belly. Feel your low back broaden and widen. And as you exhale, let yourself get a drop heavier in and against the earth. After a few breaths here on the ground, bring your hands to either side of your chest. Press up through to tabletop. Come up to your hands and your knees. You can sit back onto your heels, sip some water, take a breath or two. The fans are on. I see the layers peeling off. But as I mentioned before, I maybe didn't mention before, take your time, pace yourself, modify, spectate, and hydrate, because the heat is also off, so this is all internal. We'll take a few moments on the knees. So in a thigh stretch or two, if you'd like a blanket underneath your knees for some extra padding, please feel free to find one. You might also have blocks underneath your hands as you make your way to all fours. So come into your table once you're hydrated. And once you make your way to tabletop, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Come into your lizard lunge variation. As you look down your body, just see, since we set up from table, sometimes your left knee is right under your left hip. If it is, walk your left knee back just an inch or two so your thigh is more at a diagonal to the floor. Now, one hand and one block at a time, start to walk your hands to the left corner of your mat. Look over your left shoulder, say hi to your left foot, and now bend your left knee to draw your left heel towards your left butt cheek. That's it. With your right hand connected onto your block or the ground, reach your left hand around for the left foot. So same foot, same hand for this version of Anjaneyasana, low lunge with a thigh stretch. You might stay here the whole time. You might walk your right hand back to the inside of your right foot. You might play with some balance and climb your right palm up onto your right thigh. Or your right hand might reach out and around to hug onto the left foot as your chest turns to the front of the room. But anywhere you are, remember the breath. Take a full breath in and down. Stay for the exhale. Can you lift your heart, maybe your gaze, and slowly bend 1 more inch into your front right thigh. Let it get heavier to the earth. Good. Let your right hand come to the ground first, then let go of your left foot. Plant your palms and back to tabletop to your hands and your knees. That pose in Sanskrit, that's called Anjaneyasana. In English, it translates to low lunge with a thigh stretch. But in the mythology, this is the prep pose for the leaping monkey, Hanumanasana, who leaps from one universe to the other. This is how he preps himself to launch from one universe to the other. And now low lunge with a thigh stretch is what we get. So Anjaneyasana side 2, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand for this lizard lunge. Walk your right knee back an inch or two so your thigh is more at a diagonal. And when your hands are high up on blocks or fingertips, it gives you more access to holding onto the foot as you walk your hands 1 inch at a time over to the right corner of your mat. Now look over your right shoulder, say hi to your right foot, And as you bend your right knee, draw your right heel towards your right butt cheek. With your left hand high up on a block, your right hand might reach around to grab onto the foot, the leg of your pants, or onto your heel as you breathe here. Stay and notice what you feel. And all the options from side one are available. You might steadily walk your left hand back to the inside of your left foot. You might play with some balance and climb it up onto your thigh, or wrap your hand around to grab onto the left foot itself. But call to your breath. Take a full breath in and down. Stay for the exhale. Can you lift your heart, lift your gaze to see where you're going, and bend 1 more inch into your front thigh. Let it get heavier to the earth. Good. Let your left hand touch down first, then let go of your back foot. Plant your palms and take it back to table. Come onto your hands and your knees. Clear your blocks, maybe your blanket out of the way, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take your time to lift your hips up and back to the wall behind you. From your down dog, a full breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. And as you lift your right leg up and back, step your right foot through 1 more time to catch your lunge. Wait for the breath in as you come up to rise for high lunge on the second side. Reach your arms and chest to the sky. Lift your back heel, knee, and thigh away from the ground. Try to look away from the earth. And as you bend 1 more inch into your front thigh, grow tall through the crown of your head. Now hands come to your hips, a moment of balance. Tiny bend in your back knee, get springy, and take all the hops you need to scoop your left thigh up towards your chest. Stand down through your right leg, grow 1 inch taller through the crown of your head. And for standing figure 4, cross your left ankle over your thigh. Sit your butt way back into your chair pose, like bend your right knee as you lift your heart for the standing hip opener. Your hands can go anywhere they steady you. But as you do your best to flex your left foot, take a full breath in and down. Stay for the exhale, think butt heavy to the back of your mat. As you lift your chest, maybe your gaze away from the floor. On an inhale, come all the way up to rise. Try to draw the left knee towards your belly, reach your arms up, and on your exhale, thread the left foot back to catch your lunge. Tap your hands to the ground and step it back to downward facing dog. Stay right here with your breath. You might lower your knees to the ground and take a few breaths close to gravity, or let your breath take you through one of those linking vinyasas we've done together before. But anywhere you are, staying still or moving, can you offer it to the full depth of your breath? A deeper breath in and long, full, steady breaths out. After your next few breaths, there's no rush. We got 1 more leg to do. Lift your left leg up and back. Take your time. Step your left foot through or around to catch your lunge. On an inhale, come up to rise for high lunge. Arms and chest reach up to the sky. Walk your left foot an inch over to the left, and as you lift your right heel, knee, and thigh, stretch up through the fingertips and bend 1 more inch into your front leg. Now hands come to your hips, tiny bend in your back knee, get springy. Take all of the hops you need to scoop your right thigh to your chest. Stand into your left foot, grow tall through the crown of your head. And as your right ankle crosses over, sit your butt way back into your chair as your heart reaches forward. Your hands might stay on your hips. They might come in front of your chest. They might reach up overhead like they did in that first chair. But as you flex your right foot to support your right knee and ankle, take a deep breath in and down. Stay for your exhale. Let your butt get heavy as you lift your heart and even your gaze away from the floor. On an inhale, come all the way to rise. See if the right knee can thread towards your belly. Step it all the way back to catch your lunge. Tap your hands to the floor and come on back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels from side to side. Notice any difference that you see. And now from your down dog, walk your feet to come as wide as your mat. Tiny bend in your knees, and 1 hand at a time, start to walk your palms back to meet your feet, so you fold somewhere at the back of your mat. Let your knees be soft, let your head be heavy. Your hands might touch the floor in front of your feet, or you might catch opposite elbows. But for a breath, let the weight of your head drop to the earth as you take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out through every direction of you. Hands can climb up to your hips, stand through your legs, and a big inhale to come all the way up to rise as you release your hands by your sides. Nice. Water, shake it out, take a breath or two. If you have a strap, you can grab your strap and unravel it from its rubber band. We'll take a shoulder stretch here to start. And if there's no straps, no problem. You might interlace your fingers at your low back. But either holding the strap or your fingers interlaced, bring your feet as wide as your mat. And now here, comically bend your elbows. So take a big old bend in the elbows. Good, once your hands are behind you. Now hug your shoulder blades together. As you hold the strap or hold your fingers, stay standing. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, stay standing as you start to reach your arms with or without the strap off of your butt towards the back of the room. Good. Here, as your hands hold the strap, hug the shoulder blades together. Try to tug your strap or your fingers apart and lift your arms 1 more inch off of your butt. Slide your ears back to lift your chin. Take a big breath in. And now as you exhale, tiny bend in your knees. Begin to hinge from your hips. Reach your arms overhead as you bow in towards yourself. A tiny bend in your knees so that they don't lock. A tiny bend in your elbows so that they don't lock. And as you let your head get heavy, try to tug your strap or your fingers apart, and maybe your arms reach overhead towards the front of the room 1 more inch. A big breath in. Open your mouth to let that breath out, and then slowly release your hands to your butt. Ditch your strap to the side. We'll use it later. And 1 palm at a time, start to walk your hands back forward to bring yourself back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, lift your right leg up and back. Step your right foot through or around to catch your lunge. And a full breath in 1 last time on the side to come up to rise for high lunge as you reach your arms and chest up to the sky. Lift that back heel, knee, and thigh. Stretch up through the fingertips. And now bend into your front leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Tiny bend in your back knee. And last time, scoop your left towards your chest. Stand into your right leg. Grow 1 inch taller up through the crown of your head. And now lower both feet to the ground. Feel gravity underneath you. Lean all of your weight into your right foot. Lift your left heel. And for Vrikshasana, tree pose, start to turn your left knee and toes to the left. Start with your left foot on your right ankle. This will give you the most support. You might bring your left foot up to your right calf, or you might use your left hand to bring your left foot to your right inner thigh. You want to go above or below the knee. The knees usually only go front to back, not so much side to side. Your hands can stay on your hips. You might bring them to your heart. And as you press your palms into each other, feel the sides of your waist lift. Grow 1 inch taller through the crown of your head. And listen for your breath. A full breath in and down. Stay for the exhale as you guide your left knee open. Can you grow tall through the very top of your head itself? Nice. Inhale to draw your left knee back through center. Lower both feet to the ground. Take a big breath in to reach up, touch the sky, and on your exhale, fold in towards yourself. Plant those palms to the top of your mat. Step your feet all the way back to bring it back to downward facing dog. Stay here. Lower your knees or let your breath take you through one of those linking vinyasas, but offer it to your breath itself. In through the nose and all the way out through the nose or mouth. Take another long, full breath in and a deeper breath out through every fiber of your being. Last side, on your inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Step it through or around to catch your lunge. No more lunges after this. On an inhale, come up to rise for high lunge on the last side. As you lift your back heel, knee, and thigh high, stretch up through the fingertips, peek away from the ground, And now bend 1 more inch into your front thigh as you let your gaze stay lifting. Now hands come to your hips, tiny bend in your back knee. Take all the hops you need to scoop your right thigh to your chest. Stand into your left leg, grow 1 inch taller up through the crown of your head, and lower both feet to the ground. Feel gravity underneath you. Take a tiny bend in your knees. Lean all of your weight into your left foot. Lift your right heel and turn your right knee and toes open to the right. When you slide your right foot to your left ankle, stay here and breathe. You might bring it up to your calf. You might use your right hand to bring it up to your inner thigh. But find a place to gaze as your hands come in front of your heart. Press your palms into each other. Feel your elbows lift. Feel the sides of your waist lift as you grow tall through the crown of your head. Vrikshasana. The part of the tree that you see above the ground has 3 times the roots underneath it to hold it connected to the earth. So not here placed by accident, but with intention and purpose. As you press into your left foot, grow taller up and out through the crown of your head, taking a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And as you draw your right knee and foot back through center, lower both feet down onto the ground. Take a full breath in to reach up, touch the sky, and on your exhale, fold in towards yourself. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Step your feet to the back of your mat to bring it back to downward facing dog. And now from your down dog, lower your knees down onto the floor and come to lay onto your belly. Does everyone have 1 therapy ball that they can work with? You can take one out of their tote, and if you don't have one, maybe your neighbor next to you has one that you can borrow from their set. Yeah, if not, there's a few extra here, but we just need 1 to start off with. Everyone have one? I can bring some over to you. So once you find 1 of your therapy balls, come to lay onto your belly and find that therapy ball, bring it to the very top of your right thigh, right above your right thigh. Right. This one? You got one? We just need 1. So once you find 1 of your therapy balls right above your right knee, somewhere at the bottom of your right thigh, make a pillow with your hands, rest on your forehead or on one side of your cheek, and slowly start to bend and straighten your right leg. Notice what it feels like when the knee is bent versus when it's straight. And now the next time you bend your right knee, let it stay bent. As you move your right knee to the right and foot a few inches to the left, so the therapy ball comes to the inner thigh, and then knee to the left, that's it, and foot to the right, to the outer thigh. And continue on your own a few more times back and forth. And as that therapy ball moves, can you unclench your fingers, soften your jaw, let your tongue release away from your upper palate, and feel the full fluency of your breath. In through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. After a few breaths here at the bottom of your right thigh, the next time your knee comes back through here, use your hand and pull that therapy ball up a few inches so you come more to the middle of your thigh, somewhere slightly different. Rest on the other palm or on the other side of your cheek. Let your left leg be heavy behind you as you take a big breath in and open your mouth to let that breath out. And now start to bend and straighten your right knee as you move your bent knee from right to left, inner to outer thigh. That's it. If it's been some time or it's the first time since we rolled the thighs out, there's stuff that happens. You can make sound or noise. I have no other poetic words to describe it. You're like, what is happening in here? But usually what happens, the first thing to go out the window is the breath. And when the breath shortens, the muscles get a little tenser, and the breath is the way through. So can you even hear? Take full breaths in through the nose and open your mouth to let all of that breath out. Now, after a few breaths in the bottom and the middle of your thigh, pop the therapy ball out, stretch your legs long back behind you, and before we do the second side, close your eyes for a moment and just take notice of what you don't necessarily see, but you might clearly feel from one leg and one side to the other. There's so much more underneath the surface of your skin. There's an entire universe continually unfolding. So as you take a breath to notice and acknowledge the shifts within your own body and being, can you take a breath in and down into the memory of where that therapy ball was, and open your mouth to let that breath out as an offering from the inside out. We'll do the second side. You can find that therapy ball again. Bring it right above your left knee or the other leg at the very bottom of your left thigh, somewhere new. Get as comfortable as you possibly can with a pillow with your hands. Rest on one of your cheeks or on your forehead. And the same way as you bend and straighten and bend, let your knee move from right to left, inner to outer thigh. There might be a spot that you want to stay in for an extra few breaths or pass right over it. But can you let your belly be soft and full? Let your arms and chest be heavy against the earth. And let your breath get longer with each and every round. And no surprises on the second side when you spend some time at the bottom of your thigh. Come up a little higher. You can use your hand to pull that therapy ball up to the middle of your leg. Rest on your other palm or on the other side of your cheek. As you begin to bend and straighten and bend, and let your bent knee move from left to right, inner to outer thigh. Try to slow down each breath in, and every exhale, let more of your body get heavier into the earth. Now, after a few breaths, take your time to pop the therapy ball out. Stretch your legs long back behind you. Close your eyes for a moment. And can you take a time to notice what a difference can make from leg to leg, side to side, day to day, and year to year, as you take a deep breath in and down, and even open your mouth to let that breath out. Now, this is arguably the hardest part of class, not the 45 lunges that we did, but sometimes when you're laying on the floor, the last thing you want to do is get up. But an invitation to move towards child's pose, balasana. Bring your hands as wide as your mat. Press up through to tabletop. Let your knees come wider than your belly, feet towards each other, and your head might get heavy to the floor or to your stacked palms or to a block, but let the weight of your head connect to something. Take a full breath in and down. And as you exhale through your nose or mouth, let the belly soften, let the head get heavy as you bow towards yourself. On your next inhale, come back up through to tabletop. And in a moment, you'll come to lie on your back, where your head will face the front of the room, feet will face the wall behind you. But when you come to lie on your back, have one of your blocks within a grabbable distance. Just have it somewhere you can reach without having to get up and down. We'll take 3 rounds of backward bends before we come into our twists and rests. feet on the floor. Find in between your inner thighs to give your legs something. So bring it to its narrowest width in between your inner thighs. Scoot your heels close to your butt and let your arms come alongside of you as you press your palms down into the floor. Now shrug your shoulders to your ears, wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other. For bridge pose, hug your block, press through your feet, and lift your butt high up off the ground. Wiggle the shoulder blades towards one another on your upper back, and now press your head into the earth to gently lift your chin away from your chest. Stay right here and breathe. Your hands might grab opposite edges of your mat, and as you tug your mat apart, the shoulder blades come closer together on your upper back. Or you might interlace your fingers like you did with that strap, and as you press your wrists, your forearms down, lift your hips and heart 1 more inch. Take a deep belly breath in. Stay for the exhale as you offer that breath out. And now slowly release your hands, lower your butt, clear the block as you either knock your knees into each other or being mindful of any props around you, you might slowly drop your knees from one side to the other like windshield wipers on a car. But take full breaths in through the nose and deeper breaths out through your nose or mouth. Good. Now the next time both of your knees drop over to the right, reach one or both arms overhead and gently press yourself up to a seat just for a moment to come observe. The past few weeks when I've been teaching this, I found it's easier for you to take a look. Because Simon says, like hand here, foot here. Simon says put eyeball by your foot, not actually, but it gets a little complicated. So some of you know this pose, but some options, oh no, she's stuck. Okay, some options, do you mind if I borrow your block for a second? Include bridge pose on repeat. You can do that over and over again for 2 more rounds. Come into supported bridge with a block underneath your hip. So this is a moment to choose your own adventure. There's no wrong direction to move. But the block between the thighs acts as a little reference point, just like the therapy balls did in the legs, to help you hug those legs in together. Because sometimes what happens in bridge pose is when you lift, the butt is this powerful beast, and the knees and toes want to splay out. So when you have the block there to give your legs something solid to hug into, you can really harness the power of your legs to be in bridge pose. The next option for upward facing bow is like you did in all those cobras, bringing your hands by your ears. And then maybe, this is all of my legs, you push through the legs to come up to the top of your head. You push through the legs to straighten the arms. So this is the next option you can choose. And then you'll come down and take a rest. But just to show, the third choice, only if there's desire, is coming up into upward facing bow, lowering the top of your head, pressing through the legs to come back, lowering your upper back, coming on up, lowering the crown of your head, coming on up, and lowering your upper back to come on up for these Urdhva Dhanurasana push-ups. And then to come down, melt, puddle. But the block is there to help you feel like how steady and powerful your legs are. They literally connect you to the earth. And no matter how many, never in my life have I been able to do a pull-up, but I thought the only way I can get to upward facing bow, it is 99.9% of your legs. The more you push through the legs and hug the block, the more space you might find and feel through the chest. Yeah, and I say this facetiously in each class, but I'm like, if you saw the Urdhva Dhanurasana push-ups and you're like, Anisha, it's the last day of the year. The last thing I want to do is that. Zero obligation whatsoever. Bridge pose, supported bridge. Lay on your belly, lay on your side, but this is a moment to move in a way that feels authentic to you and not think about what others around you are doing. So you get to choose. But we'll do 2 more rounds of any of those options that I'll talk you through. So once again, come to lay on your back, please, with your head facing the front of the room, feet facing the back of the room. Find your block and bring it in between your thighs, regardless of which variation you're moving towards. Walk your heels close to your butt. Press your palms, wiggle your shoulder blades together. Now hug the block. Press through your feet. Inhale to lift up into bridge pose. Everyone to start. Wiggle the shoulder blades together. Lift the back of your heart. Stay here. Maybe you slide a block underneath your butt. Or for upward facing bow, you bring your palms by your ears, hands as wide as your mat. Hug the block. Push through your legs. It's all legs to maybe come up to the top of your head. Hug the block to maybe straighten your arms as you lift your heart. Needed in through the nose, all the way out through the nose or parted lips. And then slowly come down the same way you entered. Lower your upper back, lower your hips, clear the block, knock your knees into each other, and let your hands come onto your belly as you take a full breath into your palms, in through the nose, and all the way out through your nose or mouth. Back bends have a tendency to stimulate the whole back of the body. They're thought to stimulate your adrenal glands that live above your kidneys. And adrenal glands, among many other things, release adrenaline, norepinephrine, all those things that make your heart race. So after back bends, sometimes you feel a little sweatier and heart beatier. I know that's not a word, but that's what I'm going to use to describe it, than you normally would. But the pause and moment in between is to notice what it is that you feel, to allow for yourself to let your breath deepen. And now the last and final round, your choice. Bridge pose, supported bridge, upward facing bow, or those Urdhva Dhanurasana push-ups, but find the block between your thighs. Wiggle the shoulder blades together. Press into your block to lift your hips. And now bring your hands, grab my ankles, bring your hands by your ears as wide as your mat. As you push into your block, push into your feet, come up to the crown of your head. Push into your block, hug my ankles. Push into your block, and now push through your legs. There you go. Push into your block to lift your heart. Stay here. When you want to come down, you might lower the top of your head, push through your legs to maybe straighten your arms. Push through your legs to kiss the crown of your head to the earth. Push through your legs to lower your upper back to the ground. Push through your legs to lower the crown of your head to the earth. And push through your legs to lower all the way back down when the time comes. Woo! Once you find your way, any variation that you've chosen, clear the block. Bring your feet as wide as your mat with your knees bent. Watch for the neighbors around you as you breathe to your belly or onto your chest. A big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, drop your knees over to the right like windshield wipers on that car. Wait for your inhale to bring the knees back up through center. Big exhale to drop your knees over to the left. Way back up. Oh, I'm so sorry. Open your mouth to let it out as the knees drop over to the other side. One more, a big breath in, let the knees come back up. And on your exhale, as your knees drop to the left, breathe into the right side and left side waist. Now on your next inhale, let both of your knees come back through center once you've gone evenly from side to side. Scoot your butt an inch to the left side of your mat. Cross your left thigh all the way over your right thigh, like no space between the legs, like eagle pose. And now drop your knees over to the right hand side. If the legs are crossed and it creates any strain in the low back, you can always uncross your legs and stack them one on top of the other. But as your hands rest on your belly or on your ribs, or if there's space off to the side like a big T, let your gaze drop over to the right, letting the right corner of your eye, the right side of your cheek, the right side of your jaw soften and widen against the earth. A deeper breath in and a longer. On your next inhale, cross your legs as you draw your knees and feet back through center. Scoot your butt an inch over to the right so you stay on your side. Cross your right thigh and let your legs and your knees drop over to the left. We do twists after back bends as a counter pose to allow for the muscles along the spine to lengthen. So as the knees drop over to the left, let the weight of your head be heavy, and maybe your gaze drops over to the left towards your knees, letting the left corner of your eye, the left cheek, the whole left side of your jaw soften and widen against the earth, breathing in through the nose and out through your nose or mouth. On your next inhale, as you draw your knees and feet back up through center, give your legs a hug in towards your belly or chest. You might make some small circles in one or the other direction. Perhaps you lean gently from one side to the other. Or you might come into your variation of happy baby as you widen your knees and thighs. Perhaps your hands catch the backs of your legs, your calves. I like to hold my ankles. You might hold the pinky edges of the feet. But let your butt and the back of your head get heavy to the earth as you take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. Release the hold of your legs down to the earth. And now one last time, reach one or both of your arms over and slowly roll over to your right side to press yourself up to a seat. We'll set ourselves up for Shavasana, you props, just to give yourself a little more support as you come to lay down. So if there's a version of Shavasana that you prefer, please feel free to take it. But because we've done so many back bends this evening, Cassandra, do you mind if I borrow? You have your two blocks. You can stack them at their lowest height at the back of your mat. And then your blanket might come off the stack like this. You can either fold it in half or roll it so it rests onto the blocks themselves. And when you come to lay down, the crook of your knees will come to lay onto those blocks and blanket. With your heels heavy, you come to lay onto the earth with a little bend in the knees. It'll allow for your low back, thank you, to settle and soften. But have your head up towards the front of the room, feet to the back of the room, and see if you can go 50% slower as you set yourself up for rest. Take your time and allow for yourself to get as comfortable as you possibly can. If you come to this space, know you can adjust or modify or shift at any time and point. You might let your hair down or set your glasses safely off to the side for the time being. But it's here as you set up for rest. I'll talk you through a few rounds of pranayama, of some breath work, to draw your attention more inward and to prepare your body and being for rest itself. For this buzzing or humming breath called Brahmari Pranayama. It's a breath used not only to elongate the length, but to withdraw the senses so you can experience your own interior world where an entire universe resides. So as you drape your arms heavy on you or alongside of you, let your eyes soften or close as you take a full breath in through the nose. And even open your mouth to let that breath out. Your next inhale, let your belly and chest fill. And as you exhale, begin a humming sound. When you finish one round, begin again, taking the entirety of your breath. Let your next round become so quiet that you and only you begin to hear it. And as you release that humming of your breath, let your next inhale move in and down so it fills you up. And even open your mouth to offer all of that breath out as you soften into the lap of the earth. It's here in your rest where each round of breath dissolves the entire practice that was. Each breath lets you arrive to where you are now. And every breath that comes after creates more space for what has yet to come. So as you let each breath, let your entire body become heavier against the earth. The heavier your body becomes, the more spacious you may just start to feel. Begin to deepen your breath. Take a longer breath in and a deeper breath out. Take another breath in and down so it fills you up. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. Let your breath begin to awaken the body that you're in with any gentle movement that feels supportive to you. You might roll your wrists or your ankles in one or the other direction. Perhaps you tip your head from one side to the other, heavy against its support. You might reach your arms away from your legs or draw your knees in towards your chest. But when the time comes, reach one or both of your arms overhead as you roll over onto any side of your choice to curl into yourself. Take a breath or two here against the ground, and with the least amount of effort required, press into the floor and come up to rise to a tall seat facing the front of the room. With your eyes softly closed or softly open, can you once again remember your own breath? Take a deep breath in and down so it fills you up. And exhale to offer the breath up and out through every fiber of you. Our time together will finish with one round of breath, followed by the sound of 3 ohms, to invoke blessings not just upon ourselves, but upon one another. So as your hands draw to center where that might feel for you, take a deep breath in to offer all of it out. Inhale in for Om. You might bow your head to your heart or gently lift your hands towards your head in such a simple but profound gesture of self-reverence, bowing to your heart, your efforts, and your time, and that of others who practiced right alongside next to you. And with all of my heart, I bow so deeply to each and every one of you all. Thank you so much for choosing to be here. Thank you, everyone. Drink water, stay warm, take good care of yourselves and each other. If I don't catch you, enjoy the new year. And I'll see you soon. It's been a pleasure to practice with you all. If there are any mats or props you used from the studio, there's a fresh bucket of wipes here to give them a swipe with. And then the taller you are, maybe the more you can put the blocks up top. Thank you for coming, Lisa. Happy New Year. Hi. Good. Thanks, Lindsay. Happy New Year. I've sat down and can't. What are you doing today? You going doing New Year's stuff?
Still on the side street all the time.
I like to drink yesterday and bought a bunch of frozen things, so that like in case you decide to stay in, I just like
Heat up.
have like